longtime Packer Jordy Nelson, who has 33 touchdowns in the last 3 years, but will turn 33 years old this offseason. And Green Bay is expected to sign Jimmy Graham to a 3-year, $30 million deal. Well, yesterday, Aaron Rodgers was very busy on social media and apparently is not a fan of the moves. He retweeted a tweet by Packers offensive lineman David Bakhtiari that said, "Loyalty is in your actions, not your rhetoric." Then Sports Illustrated tweeted, "The Packers are surrounding Rodgers with Super Bowl caliber talent, starting with Jimmy Graham." NFL Network's Rich Eisen responded with, "Interesting headlines since Graham has never played in the Super Bowl, while Jordy Nelson had 9 catches for 140 yards and a touchdown in one." Rodgers liked that tweet. Aaron also posted a goodbye to Jordy on Instagram saying, "Hard to find the right words today to express what 87 means to me. No teammate exemplified what it means to be a Packer quite like him. From living in Green Bay full-time, his incredible contributions to the city, state, and region, to his consistent, reliable play on the field. Definitely a sad day and the toughest part of this business. There will never be another quite like White Lightning. Hashtag leader, brother, friend, baller, loyal, champion, legacy, intact, still can play ball, back shoulder, first Super Bowl touchdown."
What?
For all
Wait, that's 11 hashtags.
and the hashtag
What?
had a hashtag.
What?
A lot of hashtags.
Hashtag.
Hashtag.
Shannon, what do you make of Rodgers' reaction?
What Aaron Rodgers is saying, what a lot of people already knew, especially people that play sports, that there's no loyalty in sports. Skip, there's never been loyalty from a team aspect. Teams will always do. They'll trade a player, and what they say, Skip, we're trying to get better. They'll release a player, we're trying to get better. We're doing it in the best interest. But if a player takes more money, if a player says, I want to redo my oh, he's selfish. Oh, he's not a team player. So all Aaron Rodgers is doing is voicing what many know to be true all along, that there's never been loyalty in team sports. I do not believe, now some might look at it and say he's shading Jimmy Graham. Rich Eisen in that tweet said that it's funny, Jimmy Graham's never played in the Super Bowl, and Jordy Nelson caught 9 for $140 in the tub in the Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers loves throwing to the tight end because one of his best throws ever, remember that he went to Jerry on the sideline, that toe tuck touchdown, that was a tight end.
You're talking about the Mason Crossbar game?
No, we're talking about Jermichael Finley. Jermichael Finley. So he loves throwing to the tight end.
Yeah.
And Aaron Rodgers does not have a problem with the additions. He has a problem with the subtraction.
Oh.
He's saying that, look, I'm coming back. Jordy Nelson's numbers did take a dive. But we can understand that with Brett Hundley. Devon Adams is the new #1 receiver. So, okay, I think Aaron would have been okay with it had they gone to, and who knows if they did or not. Maybe they broached the subject to Jordy. Jordy, look, $9 million base, $12.5 million against the cap. What do you think? Jordy's like, okay, maybe let me go on the free agent market. Let me see. I see all this money that they're throwing around out there. Let me go out there. I'll circle back to you if I can't find something to my liking. Maybe that's what was being discussed. Aaron Rodgers and the general manager, there's a new sheriff in town, said he spoke to Aaron after the fact. Now, Aaron made it abundantly clear now. I don't know if they be reading his tweets. He was very upset that they got rid of Alex Van Pelt and didn't consult him.
His quarterback.
Yes. So now you know what's going to happen, Skip. Now, he just saw first cousin get 84, 86 million. Guaranteed fully. He said, okay. You know what that means, right? You got rid of Jordy, you didn't consult me. You got rid of my quarterback coach, you didn't consult me. That's going to cost you an extra $10 million guaranteed. So you're going to have to get me as close. He going over 100.
Okay.
He's going over 100 fully guaranteed. Skip.
Really?
You got to. So I don't have a problem with what he said. I wish he could have handled this. I don't have a problem with it, but I don't really like guys airing things on social media. Just go to the team. Or tell me, then I tell it on air. But anyway, don't put yourself out there like that, Eric. But now we know this guy, he's a different breed, Skip. He's a little bit more demonstrative. He's a little bit more outspoken.
You're talking about the diva Aaron Rodgers?
Don't do that, Skip.
Well, he's a diva breed.
Whoa.
He's got a lot of LeBron going on.
Oh,
right?
I'm sorry. He's not Psycho Tom. Let's go,
Let's
Joe.
go.
All he does is
headbutts. Yeah.
Double check them.
I haven't seen those in a long time, that discount double check.
Well, I'll tell you what I did see like a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
Wouldn't even shake Nick Foles' hand. Nick Foles searching him out. Joe, he couldn't find him nowhere.
Really?
Yeah.
After he threw for a playoff record.
And wouldn't shake the man's hand.
Record
Where is that in?
505 yards.
I ain't talking about him. Skip, let me talk about Aaron Rodgers. This is his segment.
Time out. Point of order. Did I bring up Tom Brady or did you bring
You
up
brought
Tom
him
Brady?
up. And look,
Yeah, right.
Jimmy Graham is not the guy, Skip, that there was a time that Jimmy would go get you 1,000 yards, 13, 14 touchdowns. He's not the guy that can probably get you the big yardage games. Maybe he can, because Russell, that was a different type of offense. They had to take some time to discover how to use Jimmy. But he still had the most red zone touchdowns last year. So he's going to be a big threat. No shade on Jimmy Graham. I'm glad we got Jimmy. I just wish we could have kept Jordy Nelson. I think that's what the frustration that Aaron was displaying on social media yesterday.
So, point number one from this side of the table is I am shocked that this franchise and that quarterback did not figure out some way to keep Jordy Nelson. Because to me, this is just me from a distance, and I'm not a Packer fan, but Jordy Nelson to me was as big a part of Green Bay's long-term success and its mystique under Aaron Rodgers as Aaron was. There was something about Aaron Rodgers to Jordy Nelson.
They had a great rapport.
It was a big deal. When I'm rooting against them, I am scared of Jordy Nelson because I feel like he's going to figure a way to get behind my guys. So, this is a very hypocritical reaction, social media-wise, from Aaron Rodgers because there are a lot of mixed emotions and messages coming from Aaron. And I've told you before, I feel like this quarterback gets more passes from the media than he throws, and I'm not going to give him a pass for this today because in the end, why don't you put your money where your mouth is? Because he did one of the 9th of the 11 hashtags is hashtag still can play ball. Jordy Nelson can still play. That's what he believes.
Right.
And apparently the Oakland Raiders really believe it because they have jumped all over Jordy Nelson. He is now visiting the Oakland Raiders today.
Right.
And the reports are they are willing to part with Michael Crabtree and replace Crabtree with Jordy Nelson.
Right.
Jordy Nelson reportedly has also targeted the Patriots, who are now without Danny Amendola. So will that be a connection? I don't know. And then there are 4 or 5 other teams that are going to jump all over this because I believe at age, as he's going on 33 in May, that he still can play. And apparently Aaron does too. So I'm going to point something else out. Since you brought up Tom Brady, Tom Brady next year is scheduled to make a grand total of $15 million. That's almost half of what Kirk Cousins is about to make, $28 million. Okay?
Yeah.
First Cousins. So think about that. Kirk Cousins, First Cousins is going to make $28 million. Tom Brady, the reigning MVP, the greatest quarterback ever, who should have won last year's Super Bowl, who got robbed by his own coach who wouldn't play enough. But he played well enough to win his 6th Super Bowl. He's going to make $15 million. Why does he do that? Because he takes a big old hometown discount to help his salary cap and roster and a coach who often swings and misses at various Mike Gillisleys in the free agent market. I'm talking about Bill Belichick last year. Big old swing and miss, right? And he got away with it, and they should have won the Super Bowl without Mike Gillisley. So $15 million. So Aaron Rodgers, as underpaid as he might be right now, he's scheduled to make $21 million next year. $21 million. To Tom Brady's 15. Well, there's $6 million. Why couldn't Aaron Rodgers go to him and say, hey, take some of mine and give it to Jordy? Why not? I mean, put your money where your mouth is.
Did you see the revenue that the Green Bay Packers made? They're publicly traded. They're a publicly owned company.
Okay, but there's this thing called a salary cap.
Okay, well, you ain't taking none of my salary and try to figure it under your cap because that's what Coach Belichick, think about it. And we're going to talk about this later. Granted, Tom Brady has done a great service to the New England Patriots because he's always played for under market. They think everybody else should play under market. And they've taken money from guys and take money, and Danny Amendola is going to basically say, nah, I'm good. Y'all done took money from me the last couple of years. I'm going to go get me a payday.
Okay, good for him. But they will go right onward and upward without him.
Edelman's coming back. Okay. Amendola was playing that position. Skip Harris, the thing is Rodgers is saying, it's not my job to figure out a way to try to keep Jordy Nelson. It's your job. That's what you guys get paid for. My job is to go out there on the field and perform at a high level. I think what he's most upset by, Skip, is that they didn't talk to him first. You talking to him saying, okay, yeah, we released Jordy. Hey, Eric, that's no good. Okay, they tell him after the fact. They release his position coach, Alex Van Pelt. That's no good. He's saying at the service that I built up, the goodwill, me being Aaron Rodgers, don't you think you should run this by me first beforehand? That's normally what happens when you're dealing with these type of players. Now, everybody doesn't get this kind of service, Skip. You know that. Peyton Manning got that kind of service. Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre. I'm sure there have been other quarterbacks that got that kind of courtesy. Look, this is what our plans are. We're planning on releasing X, and we're going to probably go in this direction. What do you think about it?
Okay.
But that's not what they did with him. They released the guy and then called him. What the hell you want him to say? Oh, I'm happy. I'm glad y'all released him. You know that's one of his best friends.
So is it possible that the new GM of the Packers, one Brian Gutekunst, is saying, I don't think Aaron Rodgers has deserved this kind of, earned this kind of input with me, because over the last, what's it been now since they won the Super Bowl? Well, think about this. It was the end of, what season was that? The 2010 season? So it's been like 8 years ago, right? Since they won a Super Bowl. What's happened since then? Help me out. Aaron Rodgers has gone 5-6 in the postseason. And think about this. Of his 6 losses, he's lost twice at home, albeit to Eli and Kaepernick. No terrible shame, but he lost 2 home games.
Yeah, tell them about the 30. And both of those, they gave up 30, but go ahead.
Okay. Now, think about the 5 games that Aaron Rodgers has won since his one and only Super Bowl. He beat a backup quarterback who's now a receiver named Joe Webb. You impressed with that?
I know.
I'm not. Then there was the Dez catch game. Obviously, throw up the X. He did catch that one because the NFL just admitted they blew it.
Jim, they did not admit it. Stop saying that.
They did.
You're misleading our audience. They said in 2018 that will be ruled a catch. But in 2014 it was incomplete.
No, they did not. They just said that should have been a catch. That's what John Mara said.
Under these rules.
That should have been a catch. So it should have been. So Dallas should have won that game. So he got a lucky break there. Then he beat Kirk Cousins, who went 1-6 against his arch rival Dallas Cowboys when he was a Redskin. That's no big deal. And then there was the Odell Boatgate, yacht club game. Remember that?
He's not responsible for the Giants.
Okay, but they're a dissension-racked mess when they get to the frozen tundra after Odell had taken the receivers to prepare for that game on the frozen tundra.
Odell ain't forced them to go. You make it seem like Odell made them go.
Okay, and then the last game is the Mason Crossbar game, in which it requires a 56-yard field goal and a 51-yard field goal, both of which were hand-of-God field goals. One of them fading right and somehow slithers over the crossbar. Yeah, just like he planned it. And then the last one, I still don't get it because he's just duck hooks it left. And all of a sudden, it just veers back to the right. It's never happened in the history of field goals.
You know what I noticed? Joe, I don't know if you noticed this also, Joy. But Skip has a problem with backup quarterback. Oh, he beat a backup in Joe Webb.
Joe Webb's a receiver.
I know.
You started a playoff game at quarterback.
I know a backup quarterback that just took down an all-time great in a big old game.
Oh, you mean the new starter of the Eagles? Nick Foles? Yeah.
No, he ain't no new starter.
The backup quarterback is now Carson Wentz.
No, don't do that.
So you better like your backup quarterback.
Back to Aaron Rodgers. He just feels that, why are you calling me after the fact?
But look at this. Where's the resume? What's he got? He's got you beating the drum for him on Undisputed.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
He's the best. He's the greatest thrower of the football ever. And what's he got to show for it?
Okay, Skip.
I don't know.
Okay, there's 32 teams. With the exception of the Patriots, maybe the Saints and the Steelers. Name the 29 other teams. If they could, I guarantee you, if Minnesota could undo the contract and say you can have Aaron Rodgers for $100 million fully guaranteed, or Kirk Cousins for 86, who you think they take?
The problem is there are so few of these guys that he's just one of the few. Sam Bradford. Sam Bradford has got $20 million to play for the Arizona Cardinals. There aren't enough quarterbacks to go around. Am I right?
The few. The proud, the elite of the elite QBs, which this man happens to be. And he should have been afforded the courtesy, the privileges of having some input.
So, and speaking of courtesy, I read that the NFL Network reported that Aaron Rodgers has been quietly recruiting Jimmy Graham, has been trying to talk him into signing with Green Bay.
Yeah, he did.
And I guess, is he speaking out of both sides of his mouth here? Because did he think they were going to sign Jimmy Graham and keep?
Yeah!
Oh, okay. Because it was going to come down to Jordy or Randall Cobb. I don't know what they're thinking, but Randall Cobb's about 4 years younger. I guess they just said, okay, let's go with the youth.
And he mainly plays the slot.
Yeah.
And obviously, But he's saying that Aaron Rodgers is saying, I believe there is a way that you could have kept both of them. I really believe that. I ain't giving you no money to do it, but I believe you could have done it. You could find a way, because it's amazing. When they want somebody, they'll find money in seat cushions, in the back of the car seat. They find money. NFL teams, they up against the salary cap. They got $2 to spend on the salary cap, and somehow they'll sign a $20 million player. So when they want a player, they'll find a way to keep it.
Really?
Yeah, you know that.
Well, what I know is this would have just reverberated around Packer Nation yesterday if Aaron Rodgers had announced, I am taking $6 million less next year so that we can keep Jordy Nelson, and we are going to go win the Super Bowl, me and Jordy. How would that play? I'm going to take Tom Brady money next year.
I ain't taking Tom Brady, because guess what? Danica Patrick ain't making Gisele Bundchen money.
Oh.
So with that being said,
so
I ain't
that's
giving
a problem?
Yeah, that's a problem.
You know what? She's up there, though. I don't know.
She's up there.
I don't know. She may not be up there.
Yeah, exactly.
I think
and that's the luxury that Tom Brady has always been afforded. He's had a wife that makes $30, $40, $50 million per year. She makes more than he does. She's probably a bigger name than he is.
Well, Tom's been playing 20 years. He's made a lot of money.
He ain't made more than she has.
No.
Because he's been modeling longer than he's been playing football, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, with that being said, if Aaron Rodgers gives back one nickel, I'm off his train.
Really?
Yeah, don't give him a dime back.
You should be off his train. By the way, he did shade Jimmy Graham by liking the Rich Eisen tweet. That's outrageous. You talk about in your face, Jimmy. Because he's playing both sides.
No,
see, that's what he's doing. Oh, yeah, that's correct. I like this tweet because this tweet says Jordy's a big winner. He starred in a Super Bowl, and Jimmy's never played in a Super Bowl.
Well, that's why you always.
How can you not read into that? Why would he like that? He knows how the game is played on social media.
No, that's the way you play it. I don't play it like that.
Oh, okay.
I know what he's saying. He said, yeah, I like Jimmy Graham. I wanted Jimmy Graham. I even tried to, solicit Jimmy Graham.
He did. He recruited.
But I believe that we could have had both of them.
Yeah, okay. But then he likes T.J. Lang saying, next team to land Jordy will not regret it. Well, okay, so it's just outrageous.
Yeah.
Okay, well, do something about it.
I can't.
Why not?
Because I ain't the Packers. The Packers got more money than me, and I want all my money. And now that they gave Kirk Cousins, I will refuse. Hold on, first of all, Matt Stafford got $92 million guaranteed. Kirk Cousins.
It's not about Matt Stafford.
Well, I'm going to get all my money. And since y'all didn't sign Jordy.
Okay, so what's your priority? Do you want to make money or do you want to win a championship?
Both.
Both? You can't do both.
Yeah, I can.
Huh?
Yeah, you can.
Well, you can because you went along for the ride with Ray to the Super Bowl, right? That was sweet.
And John, too.
And John, too. No, that was with TD.
Okay, I
went along with TD drove that bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, all of us pulling up the can. I'm getting out. John got out first. I got out next.
Yeah.
Ray, TD got out. Yep. So I'm getting out, too. But, Skip, stop trying to change the subject.
I'm not changing. This is the subject.
You trying to make it seem like Aaron Rodgers is a bad guy.
No, he's just two-faced,
hypocritical. He's two-faced.
He's talking out of both sides of his mouth. Which is it?
That's his
Which is it? I want to know.
Good friend. He wanted him to stay. He believes that he wanted the addition of Jimmy Graham. He just didn't want the subtraction of Jordy Nelson. Hold on. Now, I bet you if Tom Brady get on social media and talk about, how sad it is that Danny Amendola going, you ain't going to say nothing about that.
Well, it's sad, but he didn't try to stop it because he'll find another Amendola like he always does.
What about when he liked that tweet? What about when he liked that tweet about Malcolm Butler?
It was beautiful.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. It was beautiful.
Well, it's beautiful because it's right in the face of his coach.
So now it's in the face.
Yeah, because the whole locker room was anti. It was mutinous.
Well, I tell
That's
you
what it was.
Aaron Rodgers just put it in the whole face of the organization.
Okay.
Everybody.
But he's saying, this is so sad. Why didn't we keep him?
Yeah,
well, you could have helped keep him. Huh?
I couldn't.
Why not?
I said I wanted him. They told me after the fact. Because had they told me before the fact, I said, if he go, I go. We are a package deal. Is that what you want to happen? I didn't think so. So you find a way to keep Jordy.
Well, is it possible that in his heart of hearts, that after all this big public display that he put on, that it's all just phony, that he really wanted Jimmy Graham?
Stop doing that.
Well, it's possible.
Yeah, he wanted Jimmy. You said he solicited it.
Okay. Jimmy Graham, you could argue, even though Jimmy Graham's numbers dropped dangerously last year.
Yeah.
Is he a better red zone target than Jordy is now? Jordy used to be a great red zone target.
Yeah, but this kid's 6'7.5".
I know. I
He
got
had
it.
10 red zone touchdowns. So clearly he's a better red zone.
Okay.
Now, he's not going to give you the big production. I don't believe. Now, we'll see. Russell Wilson and the offense that they had in Seattle is different. You saw the numbers that they put up with Drew Brees when they're throwing the ball 35, 40 times every game, and he was a main cog.
Yep.
Now he's with Aaron Rodgers, who's
And Aaron, too, I'm giving him credit here. He did not have a tight end last year. They thought it was going to be Martellus, and he flamed out, obviously.
Yep.
And then you're down to Richard Rodgers and what? You know, like.
he's known for the catch up in Detroit.
That was it. The hail Aaron, the luckiest throw ever.
No,
No, that's the Eli. pass.
no,
Right.
but this is all he's saying, Skip. He
Yep.
feels he should have been conferred with
Yep.
before you made these decisions, and now you're going to have to pay. You're going to have to pay over.
Well, his contract isn't up until the spring of 2020, so he'll have a little time to think about that.
You
By the
know
way,
it ain't-
not to count anyone's pockets, but Danica is worth $60 million.
60
What's
million?
Giselle? But type of Giselle.
Okay, Giselle is worth more.
Like a
I'm
billion?
just saying.
Go ahead.
You know.
I'm telling Joy, how much is she worth?
Danica's worth 60 million, though?
No, I ain't talking about Danica. How
Oh,
much
they're
is
not
Gis-
married, though.
Who? Yeah,
Aaron
so she
and
could go anytime. Tom, their package, she ain't going anywhere.
Mm.
How much is Giselle worth?
I don't know.
You do know. You typing everything else up in there.
360 million.
No, you ain't no time. And that's why Tom playing for $15 million. He got a wife worth more than double what he worth.
A lot of guys could do this. Tom could have done this on his own. He's made enough to say, I'll just take 15. Hey,
The what?
15 million is 15 million.
That's 360. 360 million.
Okay, well, don't quote me on that exact number.
I don't
but
care. It's close enough.
It's 360.
Let's say conservative. She worth 200 mil.
All right.
Got more than Tommy.
But Danica was the third highest paid female athlete last year.
There you go.
Giselle.
Touche.
I think Aaron's going to be all right either way.
Yeah,
LeBron
no.
says he's like a fine wine, getting better with age.
Yeah, he is.
Is he right? We'll
Yep.
discuss that next.